Okay, so I know we gotta restart all over. So, Harrison, you first.
Ruby. So the thing about the stream is it's gonna have to be me playing like a game in the background with this in the background. I mean,
Mr. Derp Ninja's going to send us a link to the stream. You can edit it if you want.
but Ruby,
Yeah.
you can you give me your PlayStation account information so I can play some Fallen Order in the background of the stream?
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Harrison, you're a good friend, Harrison, when it comes to Star Wars, but not even Nacy will ever get my account.
What?
If Nacy asked me for my account, I would say no.
I would never ask for your account in the first place.
But anyways, can we get with the sequel shit? Can we?
Should we start the beta first, like, or?
Yeah. Come on, you told me you were going to write this.
No, because I'm gonna ask like the same questions I asked last time.
Okay, hurry up.
So do you feel like it was Disney's fault or the fans' fault that Star Wars was ruined?
Who wants to go first and say?
1 second, Ruby.
I remember it was so much more talkative last time.
Yeah, come on, Harrison. Come on. Say, Harrison.
I have to start up the stream and shit. 1 second.
Oh my God. Alright, he is streaming this on Twitch. Any day now.
We should be playing elevator music in the background right now.
Yes, that would be great.
Or the guy from SpongeBob is like 5 seconds later.
You ready, Harrison? You're done?
Keep in mind, guys, I am recording everything as it's going now.
Just like when he takes his dumps.
1 second.
Oh my God.
No lie, I be playing with him, and then when he said, "Yo, Ruby, I gotta go take a dump," nigga come back and like 2 hours later.
Be careful with the N-word, Ruby.
Hours?
Yes.
Does he have like an issue?
He's probably
I think so.
Oh shit.
No, I just be chilling in the bathroom on my phone.
Keep in mind, this is going on
Why you
YouTube,
didn't help us
guys.
when we were playing Save the World?
Oh my God. Nacy, he sounds like Tyler.
He does.
It's so bad. Oh my God.
Should I get high right now? Would this be more fun if I was high?
Yes. Oh my God, if we did podcasts high.
Oh my God. It's like Midnight Gospel. Dude, I think we're onto something.
Yes, we are.
Dude.
I would be down for that.
You know what? I'm too tired. I don't need weed right now. I just need my tired energy. Sarah, do you have weed though?
I do not.
Damn.
Looks like I'm gonna have to do a lot of
It's a sad
post-editing.
life.
When quarantine's over, I'm hitting you up with the oil I have. Because goddamn, it gets you fucked.
That would be great.
Alright, it's up. It's good.
It's
Okay.
good.
Finally?
Alright, let's
Okay,
start
now-
let's start the conversation.
Should I ask
Say
the
it.
question again, or
Yes, say it again.
okay? Do you feel like it was the fans' fault or Disney's fault that Star Wars sequels have been ruined?
Well, I don't technically think they're ruined because everybody thought that the prequels were ruined also. But as soon as like all the comics and the shows and the books and stuff came out for it, everybody took a liking to the prequels, and I think the same thing is going to happen with the sequels. It's just going to take a little bit longer because the sequels were kind of a little bit shitty.
So you think they'll age nicely?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's line.
I mean, we don't have that many books for the sequels yet. I think we only have like 10, right, Harrison? 10?
Yeah, we have like 10 or 11. The biggest one is Aftermath. That's the one that I personally like the most is Aftermath.
I like the one where Kylo Ren had to bleed his lightsaber. Or learn how to bleed his crystal. Yeah.
Kyber crystal, and then he cracks it.
Books.
And let me guess, Sarah does about what we're saying.
She knows about the sequels.
By the way, guys, I'm only keeping the stream like 20 minutes long, so we gotta not get off topic.
You?
Okay, cool.
Okay, what do you think about this hentai ninja?
I'd say it can age better in the future, but
Yeah,
it's gonna need a lot
yeah.
more context.
Say it again?
I said I think they will age nicely in the future, but we're gonna need a lot more context.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, once we get all the comics and, like, if we get, like, a show going for it, because we have Resistance, but it's not the best. I mean, like, once we get, like, a show going for it, I think everybody will start taking a liking to the sequel. I mean, yeah, sequels.
Well, Nacy, next question.
Sarah, did you have anything to say?
Nah.
Okay.
Well, come up with the next question.
I'm thinking of what I was asking last time.
Oh, come on.
God.
You're supposed to go to school for your PhD. Come on.
Hey, I'm exhausted.
And you're not even high. You're
Sarah
not even
knows damn well when I'm tired, I get high. How tired I am.
Yeah.
Me having those death sticks. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh
Mike out of
my
the mouth.
god. You want to buy some death sticks?
Mhm.
You want to rethink your life?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go rethink my life. The old Obi-Wan mind trick.
Okay, here's
Alright,
from me.
next question, come on.
What are some of the pros and cons to each sequel movie? And how could they have done things better?
Okay, so pros and cons. I think the first movie, Force Awakens, I think it was really strong, and especially with some guidance in the second movie, it would be really, really strong. But seeing how the second movie was a flop, that's its own thing though. But the first movie, with things that it could have done better, I think they could have tried to explain why Finn kind of went away from the First Order and why he defected. Because we later figured out it was the Force. But, like, we could have gotten context from it. I mean, drop that he was the Force in the first movie. I know that would change some of the stuff, but I think it would have helped the story a lot more. And if Disney knew how lightsabers worked, because some limbs should have been chopped off in that movie. But, anyways, second movie, Last Jedi, I think if it just wasn't all over the place and it actually had some grounding to it, it'd be really, really good. And if Ryan Johnson actually knew Star Wars, because he did not know the character Luke, like, he portrayed him in a very different way than how everybody knew Luke. And the last movie, again, it could have been more grounded and not all over the place. And if they didn't do the whole Palpatine thing, I thought it should have focused mainly on turning Ben back to the light side. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, what I have to say is, The Force Awakens, it was that lightning in a bottle. You gotta admit, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But The Last Jedi,
was
other than, like, there's only, like, few things that were good, but the rest is all garbage. Like, I did like when Snoke died. I ain't gonna lie, that did surprise me.
Yeah, that was good. And I did not like the throne room scene, though, like, when the fighting was happening. Like,
yeah.
Why did they fight? There's no reason they fought, because Kylo was their leader. Why the fuck would they fight their leader? And also, it was all over the place to fight. Like, have you guys seen that video of, like, the disappearing weapon and, like...
Oh, yeah, when Rey got hold down.
Yeah, and then, like, the other one where Rey's lightsaber should have went straight through her own arm, and it didn't. It was just... yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, those Red Guards don't look cool as the old Red Guards.
Yeah. The old Emperor Palpatine's Royal Guards.
Yeah. Hey, side note, I kind of wish that Shadow Guards came back. No lie.
Most definitely. Those were awesome. Those were so dope looking.
Alright, anything you have to say for that, Nacy?
Or Derp.
Pros and
Or
cons.
Derp. Come on, someone gotta talk.
Wait, we're focused on pros and cons, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Pros and cons for sequels.
Okay. So, I feel like the biggest con it had was a change in directors. Because when
I feel like if they kept JJ, it would have been way better.
Yeah, because especially since they both had like different ideas of where it should be heading.
And different ways of portraying characters.
Yeah, like I feel like if we just had JJ, there would have been so much character development, but everyone seemed flat because it was just a mess. And I feel like if we had JJ, the ending wouldn't have felt so rushed, and it would have focused on Ben, and then maybe get into Palpatine maybe a bit slower. Because I feel like
just like save Palpatine for 10, 11, and 12. Like make that the plot of 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, because you have enough content there to divide the entire third film.
To make a whole nother trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. But they're like, no, let's rush this. Let's
rush it all into one 45-minute segment of the movie.
Yeah, and let's
keep it in the same format as 3 movies.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, Finn is Force sensitive. Let's not get back to that ever.
Right, let's just mention it once, not even mention it, just hint at it, and then reveal it after the movie's out and not touch on it at all.
And
not,
the last movie, too.
Sarah, you have anything to say?
No, I don't remember. I don't know shit. So, like, I'm just listening.
What about you, Derp Ninja?
Derp Ninja. He's dead.
Yes, I'm still here, dude. Honestly, I think they could have not rushed the entire trilogy. If they would have planned the time frame better, they could have tied a lot of loose ends really early.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, rushing to make a film every year doesn't help. If anything, it puts pressure on your entire team.
Yeah, I liked what they do with the anthology films. Like, I thought that was a good idea, like, splitting it up so they have an anthology film in between, like, the bigger films. But I still thought they should have just taken more time. And I think we would have gotten a way better outcome. And if they just saved Palpatine for his own saga, because this, like, or his own trilogy, because, like, this trilogy, or this saga in general, focused on the Skywalker saga. It was the Skywalker story. And when they brought Palpatine back, it kind of felt like it was just their back door out of it, and it didn't feel like it was the end of the Skywalker saga. It felt like the end of a Palpatine saga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was the big villain of the first 6 movies, and it felt like after we defeated him, like, Luke did nothing. Vader died for nothing. It just felt like, you know what I mean? Like, they should have focused on saving Ben and saving him from himself. I think that would have been a really good plot in it of itself.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have killed Ben at all.
Most definitely.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that.
I felt like him dying and them bringing Palpatine back was definitely their back door and just like an oh crap. Like, he was such a bad character in Last Jedi. Like, they just kind of needed to redeem his character in a way. But I still thought that he shouldn't have died. He should have, yes, saved Rey, sacrificing himself, but not dying. Like, Rey coming back and saving him also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, she could have easily used Force healing or something.
Yes. Again, Force healing. Don't get me started on Force healing. Jeez.
How it's only convenient when they want to bring back a fan favorite character.
Yeah, like, there's the plot hole. I'm gonna get back to the plot hole. Like, if Rey knew it, she learned it from Leia. And if Leia knew it, she learned it from Luke. Luke knew it, learned it from either Yoda or Obi-Wan. And if Obi-Wan knew it, if Yoda knew it, and Obi-Wan was alive, then Yoda would have definitely taught Obi-Wan. But Qui-Gon would have definitely known that. Definitely, most definitely known that. And would have taught it to his Padawan, because he was the one who created Force ghosts. Like, he figured out how to make Force ghosts. He was very spiritual with the Force, so he would have definitely taught Obi-Wan at a young age, because Obi-Wan was very powerful in the Force. You know what I mean? Like, so Qui-Gon shouldn't have died. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of one of those things that was just thrown in there for a story arc, like a 20-minute story arc in the movie.
Wait, wouldn't that mean that... Alright, wait. If that means Qui-Gon knows it, wouldn't that mean that Dooku also knows it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's... man.
And Sifo Dyas. Like, there's the plot hole in itself. Sifo Dyas. Like, Qui-Gon and Sifo Dyas just should not be dead. It was just thrown in there because they wanted to bring something back from Legends, and they should have brought it back, just not in that type of way. It showed that everybody could know it if they have the Force. Because Leia was strong in the Force, yes, but she did not complete her training. So that shows that she taught it to Rey. You know what I mean, guys? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like it should have been like in Legends, where it was a very powerful thing that only the most powerful Force users were able to use it. Like, it was like Force kind of magic thing, like a dark magic kind of ability, like how Palpatine says the dark side of the Force is a very powerful thing. Some consider it to be unnatural, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we get that. But there's like one thing. I mean, you gotta admit, Crimson, all the Force abilities that come back. The Force Seal, I don't mind, as long as they didn't use that Force battle tactic shit.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but that was the dumbest shit I seen in Star Wars.
Most definitely. But getting back on track, what's another question for, like...
Oh, I got one. The whole Rey's a Mary Sue thing.
Go further into that.
Like, compare her to every other, or Legends, Star Wars woman that apparently that Rey is like a Mary Sue. She is very strong. She's way too strong. Or she's...
Right, and
does
that
everyone
goes
give her
hand in hand with, like, the strong female kind of thing that they were going on in the fucking prequels. Like, it's not a bad thing, like, no discrimination or anything, but it's like they were pushing it way too hard. Just like them making Leia a Jedi out of nowhere. That should have had backstory from the 7th movie. We should have known that from the 7th movie, not just been thrown in there in the 9th movie.
Yeah. Like, she just worked a lightsaber that quickly? Like, what? That's amazing.
Like, how did nobody know she had a lightsaber?
But wait, Crimson, would you consider Rey not the strongest Marisul in Star Wars then?
No, I would consider her strong.
But
I
not
wouldn't
strong
consider
as Grandmaster strong.
right.
No.
Like, she's definitely not, what's that old Sith Lord from Legends that, was a female? Fuck, I forget her name.
The one with the 3
You guys know what I mean.
lightsabers?
Yeah. Definitely not as strong as her.
Oh, man, I know. And Nihilus,
Yes,
and,
yes. The
Cyrus.
Old Republic.
Yeah, they teamed up, yeah. You want strong, like, OP characters for a female in Star Wars, just go to Legend.
And by the way, on a
I feel like
complete
Definitely,
side
like,
note,
if they were doing this whole female vibe, they should have definitely brought Mara Jade back. I think that everybody would have been okay with that.
I feel like Rey is static, and Leia was like a good example of a strong female character in Star Wars. It's just that Rey had no development.
Right, like they were in the 7th movie trying to push her towards she's not going to be a Jedi or a Sith. She's going to be this kind of gray area, like a yellow lightsaber or a purple lightsaber. And they did bring the yellow lightsaber. That was cool, like to show that she's not on the light side or the dark side. But I thought she was definitely going to levitate more towards the dark side and have that they're going to bring Ben back to the light and Rey's going to fall for the dark side. And I think, like, since they had that Palpatine whole storyline with her becoming a Palpatine, I think it would have made way more sense if she, like, her eyes just at the end of the movie just turned yellow.
That would have been so good, honestly. Especially since they build up to that in The Last Jedi.
What are we, Star Wars Theory now? Oh, but I do love his channel, though. He's, like, the best Star Wars YouTuber.
by the way, guys, on a complete side note, if you do happen to find out the name of that female that you guys were talking about earlier,
Oh my god, what is that sound? It sounds like it's dying.
Yo, can you talk up the my bad. Derp. Yeah, I can cut that out. But
I said that if
could you
any of you
speak louder? I
find
cannot
out the name of that female you were talking about earlier, shoot me that into my DMs, please. I need to do research about that.
Alright, Iron? Sailor?
Nylon?
Nylon?
Like that.
Oh fuck, no, I got my phone on the side. I'm gonna just look.
Yeah.
And as for Rey, I felt like she could have had a lot more character development, but it's like they tried to shove too many abilities into her all at once.
Right, and her character was all over the place. Like, we saw in Last Jedi, her pull to the dark side and her fighting it hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there should have just been more character development with her, and she shouldn't have just had all these abilities thrown at her, and her being able to use the Force right away in the 7th movie. She had no training. None at all. Like, you know what I mean?
Couple that with the fact that she was able to take on Kylo Ren and actually put up a fight without using a lightsaber a day in her life before that.
Right. Like,
Yeah, but you just gotta realize right before that, he just got stopped by Chewbacca's bowcaster.
Yeah, he was kind of...
He was injured,
And that's-
so...
That thing is powerful. Like, that thing throws people back.
I don't know, some people forget that he was injured in that fight, and he couldn't stand right.
Yeah, his head should have been definitely just fucking off. Like, his head should be on the ground. Count Dooku shit. Like, Disney does not know how to lightsabers for a kid. But back to the topic of, like, the sequels. All in all, I think they're very, very strong movies. Not on their own, but when we get all, like, the comics and the books, and we maybe get a show for it, kind of like how we had Clone Wars, everybody's gonna realize, wow, these aren't that bad. Maybe on their own, they're not the strongest, but they definitely are not.
And just go to the movie.
Like, everybody thought the prequels were horrible, and I personally love them. I absolutely love the prequels. I grew up on the prequels. But
yeah, snark them like fucking coke. The prequels were the best shit.
yeah,
Just sniff that shit.
oh my god, episode 3 was the fucking best.
Best.
Yeah.
It had the best dynamics of any Star Wars movie. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care if these fucking boomers say that Empire Strikes Back is the best. Fuck that. It's Revenge of the Sith.
It's Revenge, but it all depends on when you were born, because kids who were born in like 90s and like the early 2000s and maybe even the early 2010s are all gonna say prequels are bad. But people born in the when the original trilogy was out, everybody's gonna say that those were the best, and kids that are born 2010s and higher are just gonna say that the sequels are best, because it all depends on what you grew up on. It all depends on what's close to your heart.
Oh, side note, anti-Derp, that woman name was Kreia. Darth Kreia.
Yeah, Kreia, that's her name.
Yeah, she was fucking strong too.
She was over fucking powered.
Yeah, you're gonna have to DM me that so I can research it later.
I
Derp,
hope you know she looks kind of ugly. No offense. I mean, she's pretty old.
Can you turn up your mic? Like, it's hard to hear you. Let's get another
So yeah,
question going on.
back on topic, but like I feel like the golden age was the prequel era, because that's when most of all the games came out, and you had 3 movies.
Oh my god.
That was the golden age until fucking that one reviewer. I can't remember his name. Plankerton? Pegerton? He completely wrecked the 3 movies. I can't remember his name.
Bro,
You know
Force Unleashed needs to be canon. Oh my god. Please, only the first one. The second one was bad. But Force Unleashed needs to be canon. Oh my god. That game is so good. So good.
That brings me to another perfect
Wait,
question.
Hasty, do you got anything else you need to say?
Yeah, I actually was just reading how people think Kylo Ren could have been the best thing to happen in Star Wars. So what do you think about?
I think that too. Like,
It could have
been. In like the 7th movie, he was shown as this big, tough descendant of Darth Vader. Like, I don't think he should have had like the whole mask and like it was a ritual to Darth Vader. You know what I mean? But he's this big, strong.
Oh yeah, especially in The Last Jedi when he
Like,
didn't have no
when he got
picture.
that cut off, he didn't take off his head. It should have definitely made him have to wear that mask. Or, like, a
That's why-
respirator. Like,
But isn't that why Snoke said take off that mask now?
yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this 7th movie really fucked up every character.
No, yeah,
But at least the memes survived.
Swallow Ren.
Yeah, swallow worms. My boy is extra thick.
Okay, but do you think if like Kylo switched to the good side, that Rey should have still switched to the bad side?
Good side, bad side.
Well, I
Fire.
did hear the Force dictates, so anything that happens, so I would say that it would happen only for another Sith user to appear.
I think she would turn to the dark side, and then with the whole Sidious thing that we said before, like if that was its own 3 movies, then it would make sense because she's a Palpatine. Like, we wouldn't get to know that until those movies, and then like her turning back to the light side to defeat her grandfather because she was just a puppet in his story. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been really good, but Yeah, I
That's
most definitely thought she
what
should
I was
turn to the
thinking.
dark side.
Yeah.
I
Because that
mean,
could easily be like the Palpatine trilogy right there is like Rey being used as a puppet.
Right, just in his story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Pinocchio. That story is pretty good too. That's
What really like interested me was when we first saw Palpatine again in the 9th movie, and we saw like the whole cloning thing with what's his name with Snoke. Yeah, I was like, yo, this means cloning, like people, not just like clone troopers. Like it's all canon again. Like the Sidious clones are canon again. Like that was a big thing in Legends. Like it's canon again. Like Palpatine cloning himself. That's awesome. And like how he had clones of Darth Vader, and like in Legends, that's how Darth Vader came back. You know, like it's dope. Like that could honestly happen again. Like that'd be awesome.
but wouldn't that be?
true,
But wouldn't that be a detriment to the Force itself, given the fact that you can't really clone Force users? Or so I think.
they cut that down.
Yeah, they did cut that down. I mean,
Force users, whenever they're cloned, they're supposed to be not mentally there. They are just batshit crazy.
that's why Sidious wasn't all there, and that's why he needed power. That's why he needed to siphon the power from Rey and Kylo to get his power back, so that he could, be Sidious again. Because that wasn't Sidious, that was a clone of Sidious.
He sucked them of that power. He
He
of
took
the
all their
power.
sperm and
What was that?
Megma.
That was the Force, Nacy. That was
The Force talking
You're
to
eating
us.
someone out.
Whoa, chill out.
Chill out. We're not trying to get killed by your boyfriend here. No, quit. But man, I have to say this. I know this is all like sidetrack for it's still Star Wars, but whatever happened to Duchess Satine's nephew?
Fuck,
remember him?
I think they talked about it in the canon comics. I think. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I think he died.
What? No.
Yeah, I think he died. I think so. I think like right after Order 66 died down, he tried to run for politics and got assassinated, I want to say. I'm not sure though.
That's are you just making this up?
No. I'm not sure about this though. I think like Star Wars Theory talked about it. I'm not sure when he was doing like his old recap on the Clone Wars, but I'm not completely sure. Not 100%. Don't quote me at all.
Also, going back to Rey for a little bit, I think they should have did a segment where she was in deep meditation with the Force itself, trying to fight the darker half of herself for control.
Yes, that would have been awesome. Just like how they showed in the Death Star ruins of in Episode 9. Like that would actually be awesome when we saw like the mirror image of her with the double-bladed kind of not Inquisitor, but Force Temple lightsaber. That'd be awesome. We saw more of that. Instead of Rey and her fighting it and pushing it into, like, you know what I mean? Like, deep inside of her. And then, like, in the 9th movie, like, if we saw that actually come out and then just, like, because if you cage feelings up inside of you, they'll eventually come out even stronger. So I feel like, and like the cliffhanger of Episode 9 should have been Rey opening her eyes and them being crimson red or like yellow.
I ain't gonna lie. I know this is somewhat still Disney's, but what happened? Like, we're never going to find out for Solo Part 2. We're never going to find out what happened to Kira.
I think she's gonna die, honestly, because she was just like a side character that doesn't really matter. So,
Does anybody in this series survive for too long?
everybody fucking dies. Like, you look back at the prequels, fuck, every fucking side character that wasn't good for the plot, like, that wasn't Obi-Wan, Yoda, or Anakin, they dead. If you don't see them in the originals, they dead.
Yeah, no one lives forever in Star Wars, so.
I was
Well-
kind of mad. I was literally kind of mad when they killed Admiral Akbar. I was kind of PO'd. Like, how you do, my man? It's a trap like that. Like,
Oh yeah, and to add insult to injury, the guy who actually played Admiral Akbar, the way they took Admiral Akbar out was him saying it's a wrap. And he was distraught because of the way they ended his role. He felt like they could have ended it better.
yeah, that was definitely bad. I thought he should have sacrificed himself, like, flown his ship into, like, the fucking cruiser or something, you know what I mean?
So instead of Holdo, it would just be Adol Akbar just Akbaring himself.
Yeah, who remembers that one chick from episode 8? What was her name? That was Leia's, like...
Oh, that. Oh man, no offense, Nacy. That white girl that was on the side of her, right? Yeah.
I hear you say no offense, and then that white girl, like,
I mean, you are white, Nacy. You are white, Nacy. Oh, and a little red too.
I think this is a good place to, end it. Just put it out there. So, what are your final thoughts on the prequels? Like, what do you guys think of that? Are they good or are they bad?
They're
I think
No,
they're,
I'll be last.
I
I'll be
think
last.
they're okay.
Nacy, you go first.
okay, I feel like they could have been great. They just lacked a lot of development, and it didn't live up to its full potential. Like, I feel like Disney should listen to the fans more before starting the film rather than during the film and getting rid of characters that could have had a better chance.
I feel like personally, if Disney had brought their A game to this instead of, how can I put it, half-assing it partway through and started listening more so than trying to talk over everyone else, they could have made these 3 films really good. But instead, what do we get? We get what we get.
At least we have Baby Yoda now.
That's the conversation I'm here for.
Yeah, Sarah, what your final thoughts?
I pretty much agree with Nacy, just as long as, they don't listen to the fans that are just hungry for the same characters or want to kill others off because they don't like them. Like, just knowledgeable fans.
Yeah, I think that, like, in the end, like, the prequels, they're not the best right now, but I think eventually everybody's gonna look back at them and say, yeah, those aren't actually that bad after they come up with, like, comics and stuff, developing the characters more.
I feel like that's everything. Like, honestly, especially with Disney, anything that comes after that fleshes characters out and plots out, it becomes way more enjoyable.
Well, if Disney knew how to format a film correctly,
Sorry, I'm like doing something else.
if Disney knew how to format their films correctly, they could easily put all the meat within that sandwich beforehand.
There's an echo, someone fix it.
Fix it. Let's start.
It's like Disney is not taking
My lightsaber, I'm
time.
going to the Jedi Temple.
Yeah, I feel like Disney is just
Where the
rushing
fuck
through
is it? I
things.
just had it.
Shut the fuck up, Ty.
And that
My
brings up,
ears. Because after this, I'm going to kill you in Fortnite.
that also brings up a good point. Can we please get rid of the Jedi Temple that was on top of the Sith Temple? Because apparently that is the worst place to build a building.
Oh, yeah. A lot of tragic history happens on the fucking Jedi Temple.
Why the fuck would they put a Jedi temple on top of a Sith temple? No wonder the Darksaber got fucking stolen, you retards.
I guess they just had no other ways to develop the plot.
Maybe they should get people who know what the heck they're doing.
But as the final question, do you guys think it's Disney's fault or the fans' fault that the prequels are that bad? Or, in your opinion, what do you say?
I'd say it's 50-50.
I say both.
Well, actually, no. Scratch that. 80-20.
What do you mean 80-20? Like, who's 80, who's 20?
80 Disney, 20% fans. Because the fans can only do as much as Disney allows them to. Disney has the ultimate say-so right now.
I say it's like 60-40, 60 Disney, 40 fans. Like, the fans blew it out of proportions, yes. But Disney does need to get on top of their shit.
True. Okay. But I will have to say this, though. There is a little of Disney's fault that the movies were rushed. I also say it's the fans' fault because this franchise is known for making people don't even want to cast after their movie. And given how some Star Wars fans take this to the deep of their heart to go out of the way to try to make someone commit suicide just because they had a bad casting role. Crazy. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah, I say it's both of them for this.
Alright, so I think that's a good point to end the video. Go subscribe to Ruby's channel, and go subscribe to Hentai Ninjas. I'll link both of them in the description, and you guys do that for your video. Also link me, link the other one, whatever. And wait. Go ahead.
I can't find that fucking picture. I was going to send it. Oh, fuck it.
And with that, I say this. It's a wrap.
Chill out. Alright.
Finally go to bed.